Hello, welcome to this segment, one-on-one with TBO, Madife Media have our own television. My name is Toyin Bamishaye Oni. Today, I have the privilege to have the National President of our Association of Proprietors of Private Schools in Nigeria, NAPS, in person of Otunba Yomi Otubela. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for
having me. Thank you for this great honor.
Thank you for having me.
I know that you have occupied this position for quite a few years. What can we ascribe to the development in this association vis-a-vis monitoring the private schools, not only in Lagos State, not only in Southwest, but in Nigeria?
Yes, thank you first and foremost for having me on your platform. I must say that National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools has come a long way. We have been able to do a whole lot of advocacy among member schools, parents, students, in working in conjunction with government, both at national level, state, and local level. We have also been able to partake in many policy implementation and, of course, strategizing for policy making. We have been able to also sit down with government to see how we can better manage the standard of education at private school level. And over the years, I can say that it has come with its own challenges and success story to readjust and reassess the impact of policies in the past year. And I can say the essence and the presence of NAPS in Nigeria has been so impactful to develop private school to a good extent.
Thank you so much. You agree with me that we still see some schools that are not up to standard. Does your association have the power to say you want to regulate the schools, or you do this in collaboration with our state governments, not only in Lagos State?
Yes, this question has to do with supervision and regulation of private schools in ensuring that they adhere to set rules and regulations. I must say first and foremost that every state, including the federal government, has a department in the Ministry of Education that concentrates on quality assurance, and that department is called the Quality Assurance Department. It is headed by a director, and they are saddled with the responsibility to ensure that there is adherence to policies and that there is adherence to rules and regulations. And over the years, we have been able to partner to ensure that schools are put on their toes to ensure that the safety, which is the paramount in school management, is adhered to, is up to standard. We don't toy with safety within the school, and I must say that for those schools who are not known by government, of course, we can't say they are on the other side of the law. And it is still the sole responsibility of government to ensure that nobody break the law and nobody operate schools without informing government of their intention to do so.
Okay, thank you. Now let's talk about security situation. We all know that what is going on in the country regarding regarding security in most of the schools.
Yes, when we talk about security in schools, I must say in past years it has been a terrible situation. We all live in fear, just like any other sector and any other citizen of the country. It's so bad that at times parents are now considering whether or not to release their children to go to school. You could know that it is in the news that the United Nations once released information that over 20 million of children are currently out of schools or are attending schools that are of low standard. And the Minister of Education also corroborated this in recent publication, where it's also affirmed that so many children are out of schools and there's a need.
Is it because of fear?
There are
Or
so
why
many
do we have
factors.
quite that large number of children out of school?
There are so many factors that are attributed to that. It's not only about insecurity,
Security.
but insecurity take the larger share of the situation. We have something launched by federal government in association with our own association, which is called Safe School Initiative. Safe School Initiative is a program where there is a policy paper issued to all schools, both state-owned schools and private-run schools. There are some minimum standard every school must put in place to ensure that we maintain security within our school systems. And among these policy statements are the fact that every school must have a perimeter fencing. It's not negotiable.
It is mandatory
It's
for
not
them to have.
exactly. And aside the perimeter fencing, you must also have a system in place where you put up a committee in charge of security that assess the security safety readiness of the school on weekly basis. In case of any emergency, this committee take up the action to ensure that the nearby police stations who we have expected that they are familiar with, they have the contact number of the DPO, the area commander within that area, and other paramilitary offices. So the committee is the first to raise the alarm. They visit, they have regular meetings where we exchange intelligence, discuss way forward, discuss information, and this has helped a whole lot to safeguard schools within the city. But we can only still call on government to do more within those schools outside the city.
Thank you so much for those. Lastly, on the program, sir, who determines the school fees?
Thank God Almighty for the intervention of private schools in the education sector in Nigeria. The government has shown that they have failed to deliver basic education to the teeming population of the country. And the coming of private school has been able to ensure that education is not only available, is also accessible and affordable. You have schools of different cadres. We look at the budget of every average state and the federal government every year that is budgeted for public schools in the area of education. You will imagine that the private schools put together don't have 1/3 of such fund. Education is not free anywhere. Somebody is paying it. And it is so much expensive when it comes to government, and that's why government could not be able to meet their needs as it is now. So determining what school will charge, it has to do with demand and supply mechanism.
Thank you so much for your thoughts on the program today. In a couple of minutes, I've been speaking with Otunba Yomi Otubela, the President of the National Association of Proprietors of Public Schools in Nigeria, NABS. I want to thank you so much for your time. The program will continue shortly.